I'm setting up for the bigger displays that we're going to use for the last part of the experiment. So what you can see now, I've put the 5 volts in here and I've got a little bridging wire just to carry it across this bit of the board, and I've got the same on this side with the ground wire. So we want to make sure that works okay. So I'm next going to put this board onto the breadboard. There's a few different things on it. So there's start, stop, and reset buttons. These are used for connecting the second board that we're going to put in place at the minute. And this switch down here, I'm going to show you the function of in a moment or two. So I've now connected the circuit board. You'll see that I have the frequency generator going in here, and there's 4 controls here. They're described in the lab manual. You'll see that it's C, 0.1, 1, and 10. C will just count the number of pulses. So if I start this now, the function generator is set to the fairly slow speed that we had it at for looking at the BCD display. But you can see it counts up each pulse. I'm going to increase the frequency just a little so that this isn't incredibly boring. So that's now on about 1.2 K, so about, should be increasing at a rate of about 1000 Hertz. Yeah, it's a little low there. Let's increase that. There we go. Now previously we've used the oscilloscope to accurately measure the frequency. What I'm now going to do is set this to 0.1, which fortunately my nails are not too short, so that's going to work. And if I do this now, that's going to count the number of pulses in 0.1 of a second. And if I set this to 1, there we go, that counts the number of pulses in 1 second. So this is giving us the frequency of 1029 at the moment. I'm just going to dial that up a little. So you can see if I do a small change in the oscilloscope, we can measure it. I'm going to set it down to about 100 now. And now I'm going to set it up to roughly 10,000. Now this is a little over 10,000, and you can tell that by the overflow light here. So this would actually be 12,248.50. There we go. So I'm going to set that as closely as possible as I can to exactly 10,000. And by as closely as possible as I can, I mean as closely as I can get without getting too bored. The other thing too is you have to just wait a second after you adjust this to make sure you're getting the correct count. You can see it's a little fiddly. Okay, I think that's as well as I'm going to do today. So the frequency that we're measuring will be 9,965 Hertz. Okay, so I'm now going to set this down to C.